Is Bitcoin gonna crash, Kirby? Is it going back to 6,000? All week long, all I've heard is Bitcoin's gonna do this, Bitcoin's gonna do that. And right now, I'm seeing signs in the chart that another heinous move does appear to be looming here in the shadows. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin, and obviously the scenario I just outlined, where we have the panic shaking hands, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Kirby, do you think? Oh. And on the contrary, we also have a very bullish aspect to look at here. Does this trend have to have a top somewhere in the near future, or could we be looking at targets more so in the region of 11 to 12,000? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. This, to me, from a bullish perspective, is exactly what I want to be seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, right? So we put in our parabolic advance, sheer parabola, and we looked like we could have been having our blow off top, right? We had a significant pullback here. If we use our price range tool, we dipped down over 6% there. But what was perfect, in my opinion, from a bullish perspective, is that this old support over here had now been confirmed as a new tentative resistance. Now, I say tentative because it was only tested a very small amount of times here in a short time frame. What then I was looking for was another test of this region. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu if you're vegan. Bitcoin used it as support, bounced up, back tested, and found support at this region once again. Once again was this level confirmed as a new resistance point. Sure, it could break, but right now we are seeing the formation of continued higher lows here, holding this green box of support above the old resistance level. Perfect, in my opinion. But what we can see happening here is two things. One, let's remove this for a second. One, we are still in what to me looks like it could be a longer duration formation of a flag or a pennant, right? Which in this case, in my opinion, would be a bull flag all the way down from the parabolic advance beginning. Which to me puts in a very, very hefty flagpole here, which if cloned over and dragged to a potential breakout point here on this trend, let's zoom out here, we could see that this puts us up into regions of my teal box, which is up in the region of 11,000 to 12,000. Let's get this crypto. On the other hand, what else are we seeing here? I just had it drawn for now. I'm going to draw it again here. What we see is that we're starting to form higher lows, and right now, for the time being, we're also forming the candle bodies are creating somewhat of a downward sloping resistance. Now, it's not perfect because we've had wicks up above this region, but the trend line for me, beginning with the top of the parabolic advance and then a bunch of candle body closes in here, I am also seeing the case being built for a regular symmetrical triangle, right? Not an ascending triangle, or excuse me, not a flag formation, a pennant like we're seeing here, right? Or not an ascending triangle like we saw down here, but a symmetrical triangle, right? It's not perfect, but also this does give me some more merit here to my normal flag, as symmetrical triangles are generally neutral patterns that most of the time happen to continue along with the trend. So if you are in an uptrend, symmetrical triangles are generally more bullish. The probability for them to break out to the upside is higher. And on the contrary, if you're in a downtrend, just the same, they can be more symbolic of continued action to the downside, right? Let's get this crypto. But now, above all else here, right? Of course, we have the pattern drawn, but if you guys are subscribed here, you would know by now that I've been preaching patterns do not mean anything until patterns are confirmed, right? Patterns do not mean anything until patterns are confirmed. And in this case here, really it is going to be a breakout, one, out of that triangle, but two, really it has to take out the prior high here, which at the time right now, this high, let's zoom in here, this high was this green candle and it went all the way up to about 9,500, 9,475 here. So for me, for a real breakout, ladies and gentlemen, with confirmation that this parabola is going to continue, I really want to see a break above the $9,500 region. But if on a daily scale, right, we do continue to ping pong around in this triangle, the breakout points will begin to change for me. But you can see clearly we are only on the third candle here on the daily time frame inside this region. So it is going to take a little bit more action in here for me, you know, another day or so of candles in here to make new breakout points. But right now, breakout points or not, this is looking to me like we are building a clear new support level here within a potential bullish pennant that could bring us further to the upside. Let's get this crypto. And here on the daily, I also want to take a peek here, ladies and gentlemen, from a bearish perspective here, right? What we have to understand is that we did put in a peak here on the RSI, okay? And if we zoom back out to the price action here, that was created at our first high off this parabolic rip that I just outlined at about 94.75. So right now, what we are going to need to see here is a rip above 94.75 and the RSI to get higher than this point here. Because if we don't, what we're going to start forming here is a bearish divergence, right? Where we can't create higher highs on the RSI and the price action does not follow either. And that's not what we want to see. That would indicate potential bearishness for me, and then I could start exploring further the case of a bearish crash. Now, I do want to look at this here, okay, the NVT. Now, you guys know that I've been following the NVT for a very long time now. This has been an indicator that has signified some of the largest crashes on a macro level in Bitcoin history, right? Now, what I see here is that we're in a very, very overextended period here for the NVT, which is great in my opinion because of the fact that as long as we remain up in this red territory here above 150, it's still bullish in my opinion, as we're not seeing that trend be broken. Now, this yellow line here is the line of support that in the past, once broken, has been absolutely catastrophic. Now, you could see here, I have drawn, we could be in a head and shoulders here on this formation, but again, patterns don't mean anything until confirmed, and a confirmation of a bearish head and shoulders per classical technical analysis theory is a break of the neckline here, and the neckline perfectly coincides with this yellow line of support. Now, let's say that we do go below this line. A observation that I've made here is that we've broken down now, right? This was the level here of interest the first time around, and look where we bounced, or excuse me, look where we dropped to the second time, right? We found that support above the old resistance level there, right? So now just a hypothesis here on my end, potentially maybe this is the area here of old resistance that Bitcoin could look to test down to if we are to get a bearish breakdown, right? Maybe building a staircase here just like we've seen, right? See what I'm saying? Let's get this crypto. Now, let's go over to the weekly time frame because I really want to dive in here and truly examine what's going on with the trend as a whole here from a macro perspective. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. So I have the fibs pulled up here, right? The fib extensions, right? Where we could potentially be looking to climb back up to, right? So right now we could see Bitcoin has topped out nearly perfectly to the tick on the 0.382 Fibonacci. That is where this run took us up to. And, you know, even eerily enough, right here at the 0.236 fib, that's where we had our first weekly close. We wicked above it, and then the market pulled us back down for our candle body close right at that fib level. So these fibs are being massively respected right now, whether this is by human traders, bots, or a combination of the two. The Fibonacci's are definitely being respected right now. I mean, look at where we are right now. It's crazy. And last week's weekly close was literally right on the line. Crazy. So if the Fibonacci's are going to continue to play a role here, and we are going to continue to the upside, I mean, I showed you guys the flagpole extension, right? That went up to about that $10,900 region, all the way up to potentially the top of my teal box at 12,000. And look at where this 0.5 Fibonacci stands, ladies and gentlemen, right at the level of where the flagpole would extrapolate to. So for me, right now, if this trend is going to continue bullish, that really is starting to look like my target zone, which is an immaculate move to the upside, over 25%, nearly 25% to the upside. Of course, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. This is only my own opinion and my own speculative hypothesis here. I'll never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. But for me right now, you guys know I still am long on my position. I've been long since 84.17. Shout out to my VIPs. I've kept you guys updated with my trades every step of the way. Let's get this crypto. I'm going to continue to play this trend aggressively. Like I've said here, guys, when we break out further of this tentative bullish pennant here, I'm probably going to look to add to my position. I have done some profit taking up in this region when the times looked more uncertain, right? I reduced my risk, took some exposure off the table to mitigate that risk, yet maximize my opportunity, right? I took profits from my breakout down here, and now I still have about 30% of my position live in the trade right now from down here. And I am going to look to add to my position if we get confirmations of a breakout. And on the contrary, if we get confirmation of a breakdown, I'm just going to close the rest in profit. Guys, I will be keeping you up to date with all of my trades here to the upside and the downside in VIP. So shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. Back to the weekly though for just a moment before we continue along here. What I also want to point out though is the fact that just like on the daily that we could start to see a bearish divergence, we may start to see the same here on the weekly RSI as well, which would not be great in my opinion. Okay, the fact of the matter is that peak on the RSI right now was back at our first run up to about 9,300, right? You guys see that peak right here. And right now we have continued to move higher with the price, but the RSI has not followed. If we do happen to have another leg up to the upside, say that the bullish pennant plays out, I really want to see this weekly RSI move above here to show us that the bullish momentum is here to stay. Because if it's not, ladies and gentlemen, we could, beginning on a macro level, start to see the top out, right? And the fact is that maybe we do get up to 11,000, but we still put in a lower high on the RSI, right? Maybe 11,000 coincides around this level, and we begin to make a downward sloping trend line here on the RSI, which could show us that maybe at that region, that could be a level that we look to pull back from. It doesn't have to be, right? Just like the pennant formation doesn't have to play out right now. But I still am seeing that on a weekly time frame here. This looks incredibly bullish here, in my opinion. We saw a huge bearish attempt here. Doji, indecisive, potential reversal candle, followed by a bearish engulfing candle. Sheesh. And then the bull said, nah, nah, bear. Nah, nah. The moon boys are coming back in this market. And they ran it right up, ladies and gentlemen, right back up. And the thing is that right now, I'm looking at this with a realistic, open mind. I see that there are signs here that maybe we could be getting exhausted, right? Even the fib is playing a role here right now. But until I see otherwise, the weekly does look bullish to me here. But like I said, we have to watch on the next run up here. If we run up, is this RSI going to take out the prior high, right? We have to look for this RSI to move up past this 79 level here on the weekly time frame. If that gets taken out and we continue to move higher, this trend would have so much bullish momentum. It would be insane, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. So really, guys, I just want to touch upon this once again here. Right, all this week it's been about, right now it's like a fight between the bulls and the bears. You shouldn't really feel this way, right? If you're trading to profit, you shouldn't care if the market goes up or the market goes down. It just is a matter of understanding where the trend is at. Right now, it still looks bullish to me until proven otherwise, right? And if we do break down, now that I said that, the Moon Boys, oh, Kirby, but Kirby, you said it looked bullish and then it broke down. Yes, my friend, yes. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't read the future. I read the price action and play high probability, high reward, low risk trade setups to crush this market. You understand? So me saying that right now, I've seen signs here that we are looking at holding this support and building a further uptrend doesn't mean that that's my prediction, rubbing the crystal ball and I see the future, James. What this means is that right now I'm still confident holding my long in here with risk mitigation, that if we drop down, my stop loss, which is already locked in for profit, is going to be hit. I'm going to collect the rest of my profit on my already risk mitigated position, and I'm going to move along to my next trade setup. That is how you crush the market, my friend. You must have a plan for every scenario, right? My position is live in here right now, long. If we break up, I'm probably going to look to add further capital to my trade here, right? If we break down, I'm going to exit for a profit and then look to re-enter altogether, right? Or it's gonna break up and I'm going to add, right? You see how my mind right now isn't going crazy. This isn't a crystal ball prediction. This is somebody here looking at this market with a realistic approach, getting ready to crush this market. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, many in this market get wrecked. They just get wrecked because they don't have a plan. They've never traded before, yet now all of a sudden, because they bought their first piece of a Bitcoin, they think that they're a trader all of a sudden. And sadly, this is why many, 95% plus of traders get absolutely decimated, right? There's a famous quote, something along the lines of 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within their first 90 days of trading. That's, you know what I mean? Or they lose 90% of their capital within their first 90 trades. It's something like that, right? 90, 90, 90. The thing is that if you do not play this with a level-headed approach, with a plan to crush it, with risk mitigation, risk management, bankroll size, etc., you are likely going to become a statistic of a 90% that gets wrecked. That's just how it works, right? So for me, you could see how I'm formulating all of my plans here. What happens if this RSI, or excuse me, this NVT breaks below this level? You have to be ready to, on the dime, just switch your strategy here, right? Because if this breaks down, to that target level that I've outlined, a speculative target, I mean, look at that. We're talking about immaculate moves to the downside. And that's not something to be scared about or point your finger and yell at your favorite YouTuber. Oh, you. No one is saying you besides you, because you're the one that gets wrecked without having a plan, because you got your Bitcoin and you think you're a trader now, right? If you really want to be a trader and you want to learn to crush this market, you have to apply and learn real strategies, James. Don't sit here and cross your fingers, close your eyes, and hope for the moon, right? That's the truth. And when I give the tough love here, ladies and gentlemen, oh, these moon boys cry. Oh, these moon boys cry. And I say it all the time, ladies and gentlemen. This stream right here, you don't have to like it, or you can like it, but you better learn to love it eventually, because this is the best thing going in the cryptocurrency space today. Let's get this crypto. Right? That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, what I'm seeing inside this trend is that the move is about to hit this market. I know I'm going to be trading it absolutely aggressively, and I'm going to be keeping you all updated in VIP with my trades in real time. Like I said, I'm playing aggressively. I'm looking for high reward, low risk trade setups. I'm looking to crush this market. Many are going to get caught like a deer in the headlights and get wrecked here, right? Again, you either like it or you don't like it, but you better learn to love it, because this is the best thing going in the cryptocurrency space today. And right now, this is the setup I see, ladies and gentlemen. And it's either this may be signifying the top is being stuck in here at the point 382 Fibonacci for a top and a trend reversal, or we're about to boom. And the boom may look to take us up into this region around the 0.5 fib between the $11,000 and $12,000 regions. Let's get this crypto. Either way, I'm prepared to long this market further, take profits, or then go short and look to take profits on the short end. This is just how I'm playing the market, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, I am going to be keeping you all updated in VIP with my trades. Don't get left out in the cold, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get this crypto. I'll see you all in VIP. Shout out to my new future VIPs joining VIP right after this video. I will see you in VIP there. I'm going to be posting all my trades, my take profits, my entries, my exits. Like I said, 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital within their first 90 trades. Don't let that be you, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get this crypto. It's time to crush this market. Guys, I will see you all in VIP. If you could one last time, my friends, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Last piece, though, for, the trend collapse, quote unquote, that I've seen so many of these chickens with their heads cut off just crying about all week. Oh, Kirby, oh! Really, a drop below this 8,800 level would be quite startling to me. So for the downside, watch the $8,800 level. That is something I'm looking for potential weakness in the trend. Let's get this crypto. Guys, I'll see you all in VIP right now. I'm about to post my trades. I'm not looking to miss out on this opportunity here if it in fact presents itself, and I hope that you do not want to miss out on that either. So I will be keeping you updated with my trades in VIP. I will see you all in VIP right now, and until next time, my friends, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.